Hello, everyone. I went on a search for black yarn. I found some. I'm so happy. Yes, I am. How are you all doing? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I don't know where it starts and where it ends. I think this is the end that I'm wrapping around here. And I think the start of it is in here. Because that's not coming out. I hope you all are doing well. I don't know how it goes. I really don't. I gotta get this one out of here. Okay. So I'm not sure how this goes. I guess I found it. I'm not sure if anybody's gonna show up today because it's a day where families get together. I don't have family around here. My husband and I had our own little Thanksgiving dinner. And we cleaned up. Hello, everyone. I see there's 2 people in here, but nobody gave me thumbs and nobody's talking. Hello, Kathy. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you? Did you have a nice Thanksgiving meal? Hello, Shatika. Hello, Kathleen. How are you? I got a cowl finished today. So happy about this. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you all. Kathleen says, hello, Michelle and Kathy, and hello, Shatika. Kathy said, yes, ma'am, we did. I did all the cooking. Wow. My goodness, that's a lot. I made a pie yesterday for today. And this morning I cut up the vegetables after we put the turkey in the oven. So I cut up some carrots and some potatoes and onions and all that good stuff. And then I made cream corn. I made it. Yes, I did not buy a can of it. I made it for a recipe. And there's a recipe on YouTube for it. Actually, it was Martha Stewart's recipe. It's not low calorie, that's for sure. Kathy says ham, dressing, yams, green bean casserole, and my mom-in-law made deviled eggs. Wow. Hello, beginner. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you all had a great day. We ate too much, of course. But then with all we had a 10-pound turkey, and with what's left over, we got all the meat off, and then we boiled the carcass and what little meat there was left on the bones. And so we're going to make soup probably tomorrow. We're letting it refrigerate or cool now outside in the garage. Awesome. Kathleen says hello to beginner. Beginner says I had a food tray from local store that was at a discount price. Awesome. So now I am getting ready to make hats for Christmas gifts. And I found some black yarn. Karen, 1 pound. I don't think I know it's not a full yarn thing. Did you ever make homemade noodles to put in your turkey broth? Not homemade, no. I'm not very coordinated. So some of those things I don't think I'd be able to do. Beginner says I used to make homemade noodles with the bones and broth, lots of veggies. Ooh. Yep, we're going to be making soup, turkey soup with all the noodles, with a lot of the small pieces of meat that are too small to use on sandwiches or to make turkey salad, like chicken salad, except use turkey. And then, let's see. I talked to one of my brothers. I talked to my mother this morning, and my daughter called. My son is working. Turkey pot pie are good too. Yes, Kathy. That sounds wonderful. Beginner says, have you ever ground up the turkey in a hand grinder to make a fine turkey meat sandwich spread? No, never done that. Yeah, fine turkey. Nope, never done that. Kathleen says I've made turkey pot pie with leftovers before. That sounds wonderful, Kathleen. What kind of crust do you use? Do you use like the Pillsbury refrigerated crusts? Kathleen says I don't have a meat grinder. Neither do we. And Kathleen makes her own crust. Wow. That's awesome. That's one thing I have not done yet. Although I have made biscuits in the past, I've made my own bread. I'm very excited about having found black yarn so I could do my hats, because I didn't want to go out and buy more yarn, but I needed black at my son-in-law's request. Beginner says you can find a hand grinder on the online stores for around $15. They are also used for baby food grinder. I used to have a handheld baby food grinder, not electric. So you could put stuff in there and grind it up yourself. Kathleen says pie crusts are not the right shape. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Beginner says these are not electric and they are hand grinders, a bit larger than the baby food grinder. Awesome. Maybe I'll have to look into it. So I finished this one except the working in ends today. I'm started making another one. I mean, very much beginner started. I joined the chain together to work in the round. That's about all I've gotten done with it so far. But I'm using this yarn from that I was gifted, the Hobie yarn. I love the colors. Aren't those beautiful colors? Kathleen says, working on dish towel to make dishcloths, to match dishcloths. Awesome. So you make your own drying towels to dry your dishes? I never made those to dry dishes. I've only made dishcloths to wash dishes. These will be a gift. Well, that's awesome, Kathleen. That's great. So yeah, I've been excited that I found my black yarn. I wasn't sure if I had black yarn. Hello, Jeannie. How are you? Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you all as well. So glad you're all here. I wasn't expecting anybody, to tell you the truth. Kathleen says I take the washcloth pattern and make it the size of a dish towel. How awesome. That's great. I was so happy to find black yarn, and I've got this used to be a pound. It's not a pound anymore, but it's over half a pound what I have left. And I think what I want to do is tape the wrapper and fold it in a way that it'll won't come loose or get destroyed. Kind of like this, overlap it so it's not loose and falling off. Kathleen says, hello, Jeannie. So that way it won't come off, and either that or you wind it up on the bow winder. That's awesome. So glad you're doing. We're working on our Christmas presents, and the black is to make hats for Christmas for my son-in-law, for one, and I think the other one will be for my son. Because let's see, Kathleen, yeah, take the washcloth pattern and make it the size of a dish towel. How awesome. Kathleen says hello to Jeannie. My daughter and her husband are having salmon for Thanksgiving and Brussels sprouts and little potatoes. She just sent me a picture of what they're having, what they made. Jeannie says, I am making a Christmas knit wreath. Wonderful, Jeannie. I would love to see a picture of it when you're done. Jeannie says, hi, Kathleen. Hi, Kat. So my husband and I had our Thanksgiving meal at about 1 o'clock. And we had dessert about 4 o'clock. Hi, Timmy. How are you? Happy Eat the Turkey Day. Jeannie says, yummy, love salmon. My daughter's a good cook, too. Timmy says, I'm in the ads now. Well, thank you for watching the ads, Timmy. Kathleen says, hello, Timmy. If you watch the ads, it helps my channel, helps me. Kathleen says, I love salmon. Yep. So do I. Timmy says, hi, Kathleen. So awesome. Timmy, I finished this cow. Timmy says, hi, Kathleen, and then hi, Michelle. Hello. So good to be here. My husband decided to go watch TV, so I came online. It's going up for auction on Nancy's Live Little Treasures by Nancy. Ooh, wonderful, Jeannie. And when is the auction? Timmy says, hi, Jeannie. How was your day, Timmy? I know you said you were going to be alone today, and that's kind of sad. If I were alone, I wouldn't have prepared a big meal either. I maybe would have made something in my Instant Pot. December 8th. Okay, cool. Can't wait to see it. I got a tea here. It's Vanilla Chamomile by Celestial Seasonings. It's pretty good. I put a little bit of honey in it. I'm going to watch OU play against TCU tomorrow morning on TV. Oklahoma hopefully wins. Hello, Aisha. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. How are you doing? Kathleen says, hello, Aisha. And Timmy says, hi, Aisha. Awesome.
She's got her Thanksgiving get together going on.
Uh-huh.
Hello, ladies.
Casey says, hello, ladies.
And gentlemen, if there's one there.
Yeah, I don't think there's a gentleman in here yet. Kathleen says, hello, Casey. Timmy says, hi, Casey. Aisha says, I am okay, Michelle, and you? I'm doing all right. After we ate the turkey and the fixins, I took a nap after we cleaned up. Aisha says, hi, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving and they ate a lot. Remembering what we've got to be thankful for.
so much.
Whenever I use these scissors, my aunt gave these to me when we drove through Ohio and we stopped to visit my aunt and my cousin. And she gave these to me. And every time I use them, I think of her. It's very special to have something from people you don't see very often. And every time you use it, you think of them. I like them. They've got a nice leather sheath to keep them in. And they're pretty scissors, I think. And they're very sharp. So they work very well. And I wasn't sure if I had black yarn, and I found some. Yay. It's not quite a pound, but it'll be enough to make 2 hats, I would think. At least 2 hats. So that's what I want to make with it, is hats. And I want to make another cowl like this with this yarn, what's left of it. There's a lot of yarn there. So I'll get at least 1 more of these. So what are you all doing now that dinner's over, and or have you eaten yet? I made that corn casserole I was telling you all about. And I forgot to put it out on the table to serve with everything else for Thanksgiving dinner with our turkey. We had mashed potatoes, carrots, stuffing, both inside the bird and outside the bird. And yeah, that was it. And rolls. And I forgot to bring out the corn casserole. Hello, Sadie. How are you? Now, you I've expected to be here because you're in Canada. She says, hi, Michelle, Aisha, Timmy, Kathleen, and Jeannie. And Sadie is good. All right. But here in the United States, it's a holiday. It's Thanksgiving. So I wasn't expecting people to show up in here. Sadie said, glad you had a good Thanksgiving. It was good. It was just me and my husband, but it was good. Sadie says, I didn't celebrate here when we had Thanksgiving. Yeah, yours is in September, right? Your Thanksgiving? Kathleen says, hello, Sadie. So glad you all are here. I'm trying to do different Christmas ornaments. Last year, when I put up our Christmas tree, I put up all handmade ornaments on there. Either I made them or my kids made them in school or just something homemade is what I decorated my tree with last year. Kathleen says, I've got tea brewing for iced tea. How wonderful. Sadie says, second Monday in October is their Thanksgiving Day. All right. Good to know. I've got relatives in Canada, so that's good to know. Hello, Nancy Mack. How are you? She says, hi, Michelle and all in chat. I did get part of that that yarn that you sent me. I got it, part of it used. I'm not done with the project yet, and I'll show you the project when it's done. Sadie says, hi, Nancy. I'm so glad you're here. I wasn't sure how many people would show up because it's Thanksgiving Day in the United States. Timmy says, hi, Sadie and Nancy Mack. Nancy says, hi, Grandma. And Timmy hugs. I hope everyone is doing well. I know Timmy was going to be alone for Thanksgiving. I don't know if you're alone or if you did get together with some people. Timmy? But I was happy today. I searched and I found black yarn. About a little less than a pound of yarn. Sadie said, here to give thanks to you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you for what? Thanks. Timmy says, yes, I'm alone, but here with y'all. Praise God. Thank you so much, Timmy. I'm so glad we can be here for you to hang out together because not everybody's got family nearby. If I had a lot of company, I wouldn't be here right now. Oh, Sadie, thank you so much. That means so much to me. Thanks for being you and all you do for us. Thank you. That just makes my heart melt. Nancy says, be right back. All right. I think I'm going to have to go find a... Oh, I wanted to ask you all. Sadie says, what are you working on now? Christmas presents. I need to make some hats. Now, I want to ask you all, what is your favorite hat to make? Like a winter cap, stocking cap, like a winter warm hat. I've got worsted weight yarn here, black, because that's the color my son-in-law wants. Kathleen says we're all family and getting time to spend with each other. Yep. Kathleen says hello, Nancy, and anything by Bud. All right. I love her hats. I love all her stuff, actually. I was working on a cocoon cardigan, the Lala cocoon cardigan. I'm not quite done with it yet, but I'm not gonna work on it, finish it now until probably after Christmas. Because I've got to get some Christmas gifts done. Thank you for that, Kathleen. I really like Bag of Days patterns. I like her hats. I like her cardigans, her ponchos. I'm not much of a shawl person. All right, Sadie dropped me a link. Oh, that one is beautiful. Oh. It's weird there. Huh. I like that hat. They're all pretty. Would that be good for a man too? Because I gotta make it for a man. I like that unisex ones, the unisex beanie hat. And this thing keeps popping up wanting me to get YouTube Premium. I just made the head and now I'm working on the scarf. Awesome. Hello, oodles and caboodles, and I forgot your name and I am so sorry. I need to write them down. If your name is not in your YouTube name, I don't know what to call you. Oodles. She says, hi, Michelle, and hi, everyone in chat. Hello. How are you? Sadie says, yes, it would be good for a man. Hi, Oodles and Caboodles, says Sadie. Oodles says, hi, Newfie. Hello, Oodles, says Kathleen. Hi, Oodles and Caboodles, says Timmy. Vicky. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Vicky. Thank you. So what kind of crafts do you do besides crochet, Vicky? Vicky says hi to Timmy. I found my black yarn to make hats. That's what I need to make for my son-in-law and my son, probably. Our hats for Christmas. Vicky says, hi, Mama Cat. I was trying to get some stuff done today in terms of projects finished. I didn't get them all done though. Kathleen says, I finished the wolf diamond painting. Now I need to get it framed. Wow, awesome. That is so awesome, Kathleen. I haven't started working on the diamond painting that I do have. I only have one. And it was gifted to me. But I've had so many crochet projects going, I don't want to take something else out right now. Timmy says, I love wolves. Vicky says, oh my, I do a lot of different crafts except knitting. I'm still learning how to knit. I know the basics of knitting, but I don't like it as much as crocheting. So I much prefer to crochet. I think knitting works better for socks though, because they stretch better. Darcia, hello. Hello, Michelle and chat. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. How are you, Darcia? I was so happy I found my black yarn. I need to make some hats for Christmas. Excuse me. Kathleen says, hello, Darcia. Vicky says, hi, Darcia. Darcia says, I'm good, and how are you? I'm stuffed. We ate at 1 o'clock Central Time, and then we had our dessert at about 4:30-ish. I made a pie, and I'm still stuffed. Got lots of leftovers. So we'll be eating a lot have plenty to eat for the next few days. So how are you all doing, and are you ready is everything all cleaned up now? We ran the dishwasher and we're letting them dry now so we could empty it. I've got clothes in the dryer ready to come out. Darcia says, hello, Nana Mama Cat, and Oodles Caboodle, Oodles and Caboodles. Hello, Joanne, how are you? Joanne says, hello, Michelle, darling. Hello, how are you, Joanne? How was your Thanksgiving? Did you have a lot to eat? What did you make and what was dessert? Joanne says, I'm good, thank you, I'm Canadian. Okay, Sadie is in here also, she's Canadian. But that's awesome. Hello, Jonathan, how are you? Jonathan says, hey, everyone, did you eat too much today, Jonathan? Kathleen says, hello, Joanne, and hello, crossover. So I've got my J hook and my 4-weight yarn, my 6mm hook. Darcia says, hey, crossover Paranormal Society, and Joanne. Joanne says, hey, Nana Mama Cat. All right, I'm just so excited to be here. You all are awesome. Vicky says, hi, Joanne, and crossover. Jonathan says, I did eat too much, LOL. I think we all do. I normally don't make big meals like this. Joanne says, hi, Darcia. Sadie says, hi, Darcia, Joanne, and crossover. Joanne says, hi, Oodles. Darcia says, hey, Newfie Grandma Creates. So glad you're all here. I am so excited to have you all here. This is exciting. I don't really know what to talk about, but Darcia says, crossover Paranormal Society. I did too. Ate too much. Yeah, we ate 6 hours ago, or almost 6 hours ago, with our turkey, potatoes, carrots, rolls, stuffing, corn, casserole. And then about 3 hours ago, we had each a piece of pie. And I'm still stuffed. Mind you, I wasn't hungry when I had the pie, but my husband asked me if I wanted some, so I said, sure. Timmy says hi to Darcia, Joanne, and Jonathan. So now I'm eager to start a hat, Sadie. And tomorrow morning I'll be on at 6:30 in the morning again for the devotional and prayer. Joanne says, hey, Tammy. Ooh, Joanne says, I got myself a knitting machine. That is awesome, Joanne. Which one did you get? How many spikes around? Sadie says, can't say no to pie, right? Timmy says, I was looking for my small pain patches. And did you find them, Timmy? Well, what style hat do you want, Michelle? I'm not positive, but I'm thinking I got one. Sadie put one, and I thought it was a pretty good one. But then I looked at Bag of Days, her brown chocolate beanie, she calls it, I think. I'm not positive what she calls it. Joanne says the knockoff make what, the Central? Timmy says no, and I could use them. My elbow is sore. Oh, I'm sorry. Darcia says, Joanne, which one did you get? Joanne says, it looks exactly like the Central. Oh, all right. And is it to make the big hats or is it the small one? Sadie says all of Bod's hats are beautiful. Yes, they are. And Timmy dropped Joanne's link. That is wonderful. Thank you, Timmy. So if you don't know Joanne, go check her out, please. I'm so glad you all are here. This is exciting. I wasn't sure how many people would show up on Thanksgiving Day. Timmy dropped Vicky's link. Thank you. Oh, Joanne says, I've done a couple of beanies and ear warmers on your knitting machine. Did you make videos about them? Sadie said, just subscribe to your channel, Joanne. All right. And Vicky says, thank you, Timmy, for dropping her link. All right. If you want your links dropped, just type drop and your Nightbot should get it for you. All y'all have to do to drop your link is to type drop. So Timmy typed drop and Nightbot dropped her link. All right, that's wonderful. And so Sadie is dropping her link now. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Want to go look at Bag of Days hat patterns tutorials. Yes, it's a 48 whatever, LOL. It's all new to me. I hear you. When you have a new toy, it's like, wow. Okay, Kathleen dropped her link. All right. Timmy says, yes, I tell ya, I watched another late last night doing a Bible study, and wow. Okay, and Joanne says, I usually knit with knitting needles. All right. I don't have a knitting machine, so when I do knit, it's with knitting needles. Timmy says, aha, Joanne. And Kathleen says, Crystal has unisex hat patterns. Yes. Yep. Darcia says, Oodles and Caboodles, I just subscribed to your channel. Wonderful. Thank you all for supporting one another. This is how we can grow, by supporting one another. This is awesome. So I'm already subscribed to Sadie, to Timmy, I believe to Kathleen. Yep. Okay. All right. See, Joanne says, I'm trying to crochet a messy bun hat. I've done those before. My daughter-in-law asked me to make her one, so I did. Timmy says, or better yet, with the fluffy fur. I like the one with the ponytail opening. All right. Vicky says, I can knit with a loom, but have problems with my tension. I can knit with needles, but have terrible issues with dropping stitches. Me too, Timmy, or Vicky. You know, the furry, fluffy stuff? Yep. Vicky says, thank you, Darcia. Yeah, I think I'm already subscribed to everybody in here. I'm subscribed to Vicky, Joanne. All right. Another person I've been following, her name is Tried, Tested, and True, is her YouTube channel. And she does all these recipes in the Instant Pot. So I've been learning how to use my Instant Pot. Naked Snail, hello, and hello, Carrie. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. And Nancy is back. Welcome back. Vicky says hi to Carrie. Kathleen says pretty sure subscribe to everyone. Yep. Carrie says hi, Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts. Vicky says Hi, Dimitri. Is that right? And then Kathleen dropped the link. I'm thinking it's Dimitri. Naked Snail. All right. And she does do videos. All right, Dimitri. Wonderful. Is it Dimitri or Dimitra? And as I was telling everyone, if we subscribe to one another, we're all going to grow together. Remember? So make sure you're subscribed to each other. I'm subscribing to you all, making sure. Let's see. Hi, Udo's close. It's Dimitra. Okay, Dimitra. Joanne dropped her link. Kathleen says Naked Snails channel. All right. Sadie says, hi, Carrie, the Naked Snail, and welcome back, Nancy. Vicky says, I was close. Timmy says, hi, Carrie. And Darcia says, hello to the Naked Snail. Nancy Mack is dropping her link. Thank you. Naked Snail saying hi. Timmy says, hi, Dimitra. All right. So this is exciting because we're all subscribing to one another and we can all benefit. I think that is awesome. So I finished a cowl today. I'm still working on the cocoon cardigan that Bag a Day put out. Dimitra dropped her link. Awesome. Carrie says hi to Darcia White. Beginner says that I'm not mentioning brand names the best I can because I have a belief they should be advertising on YouTube, on YouTubers' channels since they have a lot of money. Yep. And Beginner says right now, a lot of them are still advertising on cable TV. Some do affiliate marketing and sending small promotional gifts to YouTubers, not paying advertising revenue. All right. And Sadie says, hi, Crochet for Beginners. Awesome. Thank you for sending up the hearts. Makes me feel special. So what are you all working on craft-wise right now? My next project is going to be hats, black hats. So, black is hard to work with. Okay, Crochet for Beginners says hello to Newfie Grandma Creates. Kathleen dropped Crochet for Beginners website. Thank you. I'm already subscribed to her too. She does a lot of neat videos. I think I'm gonna make one of her snowflakes soon. Darcia says hello, Crochet for Beginners. Demetra says knitting a pair of socks. Two at a time. Awesome. Loom to make hats. Awesome, Carrie. Vicky, Demetra, no, Udo says Vicky. Crocheting a cottage shawl. Awesome. Darcia says, is Crossover Paranormal Society still here? I'm not sure. Are you still here, Jonathan? Crochet for Beginners says hello to Darcia White. Let's see. But I did find some dark gray yarn also. So I've got this black, almost like 3/4 of a pound of black. Oh, Jonathan's link. All right. Thank you, Kathleen, for dropping Jonathan's link. Go check him out too. I'm not sure what all his channel is about, but he's got some interesting videos. He's got a lot on cemeteries. He's got one from Veterans Day. The Ride at Night Back to the... Huh. Weird. All right. Beginner says, I wish they would change the after Thanksgiving sale to after Thanksgiving sales or holidays sales. And Darcia says, that's what I want to talk to him about. Kathleen says, I like looking at the old headstones at cemeteries. Yeah, they used to be, I've seen some very elaborate headstones. Well, I think one of the videos he had showed the title of it was A Cemetery That I Found in the Woods, or something or other like that. Old Cemetery Found in the Woods. Interesting. Beginner says the old headstones are cool looking, especially from the colonial era. Not that it has anything to do with colonial pizza. When was the colonial era? What years approximately? Explored by timeline colonial America in the Revolutionary 1565 to 1783. Interesting. Darcia says, Nana Mama Cat, I do too. I want to ask him about really, really old cemeteries. Huh. Wow. Beginner says some of those old headstones are very elaborate. Yeah, they sure are. That's interesting. Hello, Lydia. How are you? Hi, Michelle. Happy Thanksgiving. I've been here without saying anything. I have been in the bushes. I'm cleaning the spot where I put up my Christmas tree. I'm putting it up tomorrow. That's awesome, Lydia. Congratulations. I think I may put up ours tomorrow too, or this weekend. Timmy says, Hi, Lydia. And Beginner says, I was thinking if people were so poor back then, why did they make such elaborate headstones? Well, I'm sure there were some rich people. And maybe back then it wasn't as expensive as it is now. Lydia says hi to Timmy. Kathleen says hi to Lydia. Sadie says hi to Lydia. Lydia says hi, Kathleen. Hello, Luann. How are you? She says, hello, Michelle and everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you all as well. Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Did you eat too much like me? Lydia says, hi, Sadie. Beginner says, that's true. It can cost $1,500 to $3,000 for a headstone marker. Isn't that ridiculous? Kathleen says, I have to buy one before I can put mine up. Buy one what? Sorry, we're talking about headstones, and Joanne says, I don't know if it's going to be a good Christmas for me this year. Why is that, Joanne? Lydia says, I eat too much. I think we all do when there's a big meal in front of us. Darcia says, crochet for beginners because back then the cost of living was a lot cheaper back then. Vicky says hi to Lydia. Sadie says, I think she meant tree. Oh, okay. Uh, that makes sense, Sadie. Beginner says, Darcia White, you are absolutely right. The cost of living was much lower. Yes. Kathleen says, Christmas tree. Okay. Timmy says, Lydia, I think we all may have ate too much today. LOL. Yep. And Lydia says, hi to Vicky. Joanne says, oh, my mom passed away last Christmas. I'm so sorry to hear that, Joanne. So sorry. We can pray for you. Sadie says, not headstone. Luann says, we did, and I ate way too much. Uh-huh. It's been a good day. Yep. Timmy says, oh my, Joanne, hugs and prayers. Yes. Beginner says, Darcia White, they are advertising that the average funeral expenses can cost $15,000. I believe it. I most certainly believe it. Beginner says, Joanne, I am so sorry your mother passed away. I hope you are doing well with your grief process. So sorry, Joanne. What part of Canada do you live in, Joanne? British Columbia. Okay. I have relatives in Quebec. That's why I ask. Okay, so you're way west. Pacific Coast. All right. So I finished my cowl, except working in the ends. I found my black yarn to make hats. Timmy says, well, Joanne, I hope you come here more often. We are good for supporting each other. Yes, we are, Timmy. Thank you. Vancouver Island. All right, Joanne. Thank you. Lydia says, last night I have made 3 magic pot holders when I was talking on the FaceTime to my sis. We talked almost 4 hours. Wow. Timmy says, may I see your cowl, Michelle? Yes. Lydia says, hi, Joanne. And Darcia says, crochet for beginners. And way back then, it cost them just $50 to $200. So I could cross it over like that to wear it under a coat. Beginner says, my grandparents took me and my sister to Canada just to cross the border 2 different times on the same trip, just so we could see what it looked like. My grandpa said there is nothing there, which turned out to be true. And Lydia dropped her link. Awesome. Darcia's beginner says, Darcia White, we didn't even have the dollar bank note back then. Wow. Timmy says, oh, that's nice, Michelle. Thank you. There's Lydia's. That is so pretty, Michelle. Thank you. This yarn was gifted to me by Sally Horner. I won one of her giveaways. Timmy says, I want to go visit people in Canada. That would be nice. I would love to go back to visit my family and friends in Quebec. I haven't been there in 26 years. Timmy says, beginner says Canada was all flat, just like the Midwest. Yep. Joanne says, hopefully going to Disneyland for Christmas. Awesome, Joanne. Beginner says the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 created a national banking system that could keep up with the changing financial needs of the country. 10. The Federal Reserve Board then issued the first federal note in the form of a $10 bill in 1914. Lydia says, tonight later, I'm going to get my Addy Express knitting machine making kitchen scrubbies. Wonderful, Lydia. How many dishcloths have you made? Darcia says, I want to go to Canada too. Road trip. The one who lives farthest south is going to be driving all around the country to pick us all up, and then we're going to go to Canada. Lydia says, I lost track. I haven't been making any of them. Wow. Joanne says, you guys already know me, Joanne Darlin. Yep. I know you, Joanne. Timmy says, wait a minute, another road trip. Yes. But you won't be driving this time because you're up north. You live up in northern New York. Beginner says, I remember learning in grade school that the glaciers moved across the Midwest of USA and Canada. They extended down very low into USA at one time. Huh. Timmy said, Joanne Darlin. Beginner says, often I think that the Mississippi is splitting the United States in two, become an ocean at some point. Actually, where I live in Kansas, used to be the bottom of an ocean. They're finding fish fossils, like prehistoric fish fossils here in Kansas. So there used to be an ocean or a big body of water here, and I'm not sure if it was salt water or fresh water. Beginner says, I have heard that as well, the preserved organisms that become rock minerals. Yep. That's right. Who'd have ever thunk that? but that's why it's so flat. Lydia says, Brr, I'm cold. I'm going to cover my window air conditioner. I can't take out by myself. All right. I'm hoping I have a yellow cake mix. I hope you do too, Timmy. Because I can't send you one. I could, but cake mix, yum. Beginner says it's funny to think where we live in the USA used to be at the bottom of the ocean or a body of water. Yep. Timmy says, Lydia, wrap with a trash bag, then a blanket. Wrap your air conditioner with a trash bag and then with a blanket. Kathleen says there was once a big body of water covering the whole world. Yes, there was, Kathleen. Timmy says, okay, y'all, let's go see. Lydia says something, trash bags and towels for my air conditioner. Timmy, I trash bags and towels for my air conditioning. Beginner says, Nana Mama Cat, that is a very deep thought. Some have said the whole earth could have been frozen at one time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kathleen says, I'm talking about the flood during the days time of Noah. Yes. Yep. Timmy says, okay, I have chocolate and strawberry, but no yellow. Oh, bummer. Darcia says, Nana Mama Cat, we know. Yes. Beginner says, it's so peculiar to think the earth is so powerful it can push mountains many miles high. That's the tectonic plates that have formed that. Lydia says, I use old towels and then trash bags. All right, to cover her air conditioner. Kathleen says, so sorry, Timmy. Timmy says, yeah, big mountains in Hawaii. That's how it was formed, you know. The tectonic plates colliding into one another. Beginner says, I was told recently the deepest the drilling a company can do is 6 miles. So how does anyone know what is in the center of the earth? Or 8 miles? You heard more than I did. I wasn't told that, so I don't know. We can look it up. Glaciers also helped form mountains. Interesting. And Timmy says, well, it's more than the Christian religion that talks of the flood, of the big flood. Yep. Beginner says the oil exploration folks said the deepest they can drill is 8 miles. Wow. And Timmy says, oh, yes. I believe it. So I know there's the core of the earth. I don't know what's in the center of the earth, but it must be a big magnetic thing that holds everyone on the planet. Beginner says the deepest reached 12,262 meters, 7.619 miles in 89, the deepest human-made hole on Earth, and remains so as of 2023. Wow. Timmy says there's a place in the world that there's a large hole that was drilled but had to stop because of other reasons I'm not sure of. I don't know anything about that. And Tim says, but it's deeper than 8 miles. Wow. Excuse me, guys. Kathleen says most cultures do have their own flood stories, so I doubt there was a worldwide flood. Most cultures also have their own creation story as well. I find that stuff interesting. So do I, because most cultures have the Bible. Timmy says, I agree, Kathleen. Yes. Maybe not all cultures have the Bible, but most do. Timmy says, but where is the oldest known Bible from? Google it. That's your assignment, Timmy. Beginner says, Nana Mama Cat, I find it very interesting too. Some of the videos they show of the Middle East They have no trees in some places and get seasonal mountain flooding. Huh. Timmy says Africa. That is where the oldest known Bible is from? That makes sense. Beginner says, didn't Africa have something in slavery? Kings. Jeannie says, Michelle, I sent you a pic. I finished my wreath. Wow. Did you send it to Gmail or I would imagine, right? It doesn't show that I got it yet. Yeah, it did. Oh, how beautiful. How did you do that? It's beautiful. There it is, Timmy. Jeannie made that. Isn't that beautiful? Timmy says, excellent. Yeah. It looks like it was, each of those was crocheted and then she braids them together. Jeannie says, thanks, ladies. Beginner says, yes, Great Britain still has a king, but they also have an elected parliament leader as well, similar to a president. So I wonder, is the King of Great Britain just a tourist attraction? Not sure. Kathleen says, that is beautiful. And love it, Jeannie, says Timmy. Isn't that gorgeous? I love you, that wreath, Jeannie. You did a fantastic job. You can do it crocheted as well. Awesome. Did you have a pattern for it? Jeannie, is it a free pattern on the internet? Jeannie said, but I did it in knit. Okay. Hello, Mumsy. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving dinner? You got to be with family. I didn't. Well, other than my husband. Jeannie says, thank you, Timmy. And Mumsy says, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Timmy says, hi, Mumsy. Beginner says, a lot of the Caribbean islands are under the King of Great Britain. All right. And Timmy says, happy Eat the Turkey Day. Mumsy says, hey, Timmy. And Kathleen says, hello, Mumsy. Jeannie says, no, I have been making them for years, but they do have a pattern out there, I was told. Not sure who has it. All right. And Timmy says, yes, the king has roles in the English Parliament. Mumsy says, a lot of family were there. I didn't count, but I'm guessing at least 50 were there. It was so lovely to see aunts and uncles and cousins again. Wow, that's a lot. Mumsy says, hello, Cat. So I finished this today. I'm still working on my cocoon cardigan. I still need to work in the ends. And my next project's gonna be a black hat, beanie hat. Beginner says, I did a speech of King Charles recently. He made a speech talking about inflation in Great Britain. Mumsy said not nearly all of them. $13 ounce. I'm so glad to see you all this evening. It's been a good day. Kathleen says, when I was a kid, we made a Christmas wreath using trash bags and an old wire coat hanger. Really? Beginner says, living for Jesus, I'm so happy for you that you got to catch up with your family. Mumsy says, Mom had 13 siblings, all got married, 70 some cousins, and they have well over 100 children. Wow. And Timmy says, I'm trying to say this word, hyaluronic. Beginner says, living for Jesus, did you attend Turkey Day services at church today? Timmy says, yes, Kathleen. My oldest made one out of candy. Wow. Mumsy said, thank you, Crochet for Beginners. We made a bed in the back of the van so I could go lie down and rest whenever I could. Darcia said, I need some water, be right back. All right. Timmy says, great, Mumsy. Yes. Mumsy said, no, we didn't have church services today. I went to a family gathering. And Beginner says, living for Jesus. So you stayed in your van at your family event? Mumsy's got health issues. Mumsy said, I went to the van when I needed to rest because I've not been well and strong. And Timmy says, so, okay, I'd like next year to do an OG Thanksgiving Day meal like the ancestors did. And what's that, Timmy? Believer says, living for Jesus, I am sorry to hear this. I was concerned you are homeless. Timmy says, yes, Mumsy needs to be extra careful. Beginner says, living for Jesus, I hope you feel better and gain your strength. And Timmy says, mainly seafood and squash. Oh, okay. I can see that. Yes, the turkey was the pilgrims. Yep. Mumsy says, thank you so much, CFB. I am so blessed to have a roof over my head as well as being able to make a bed in the van when I need it. Yeah, the pilgrim's idea. Mumsy says, how are you, CFB? Do you have a place to stay? There's a town north of here that's they're making, I forget what they call it, but they're doing small houses, like 64 square feet rooms for families to stay in. Tiny village, yes. The town of Lawrence is doing that, Timmy. Lawrence, Kansas. Darcia says I'm back. All right, Darcia, welcome. Yes, for the homeless people. Yes. And welcome back, Darcia, says Timmy. Yes. But they're only making about 50 of them. I don't think that's enough. It wouldn't be enough in Wichita area. No, I don't, because I am priced out of apartments and houses, says CFB. I am self-funding out of what was supposed to be my retirement, but it's being used for emergency expenses. Wow. I'm so sorry. Sadie says, good night, Casey.
Good night. She going to bed?
I don't know. Timmy says Casey is stomping around loudly, LOL.
So she was Michelle up.
It's the slippers I got him.
Plastic.
They're kind of noisy. Timmy says, nope, it's not Michelle. Timmy says, God bless CFB. Sadie says, no. Timmy says, good night, Casey. And Sadie says, I just heard him. CFB says, I've watched woman who is 67 years old taking a cruise ship to Thailand because she said she only gets a little over $800 a month for her retirement. She was trying to find affordable housing abroad. Tim says, aha, no worries, Casey, just picking on you. Mumsy says, my children always want to help homeless people, but I don't know how to do that and how to find truly homeless people who need help and not those who want to make an easy money. I never give money to homeless people. To people who are asking, I'll give them food, but not money. Timmy says, yes, some people live on cruise ships too. Yep. Mumsy says, where do you sleep, CFB? Do you need to sleep outdoors or have a tent? CFB says, living for Jesus, homeless people need help with prices coming down way lower. Inflation is the root cause of poverty and homelessness. Chrysanthemum, hello, blessings. How are you? Timmy says, or in a car. Mumsy says, my problem is that even if I wanted to give money, I really don't have any to give, but it's fun to dream. Timmy says, hi, Chrysanthemum. I've known people who give food and water bottles to the homeless, and they end up throwing it back at them, damaging their cars because they don't want the food or drink, they want money. So I'm at the point now where the best thing is I don't give anything to the people who are begging for money. Timmy says, I could be homeless, but thank God I'm not, right? And Timmy says, money for alcohol or drugs. Beginner says, living for Jesus, nothing any single person can do will solve homelessness. It needs to come from prices going lower so people can afford to get into a home or apartment. Yep. Mumsy says, that's what I mean about truly homeless people who really need food, etc., and are grateful for what they get. I would love to give food, supplies, etc. Timmy says, that's why they migrate to warmer states. Mumsy said, where do you sleep, CFB? I'm concerned that you stay warm. Beginner says, we have a right to ask our government to help us. Living for Jesus, I'm in a warm place, but I'm scared to death because my retirement nest egg is not sustainable. Mumsy says, my children love watching YouTube channels that bless the homeless, and I watch and dream and wish I had that kind of help to give. Mumsy says, so glad you are in a warm place. I will continue to pray for you. Yes, we need to lift one another up. CFB, do you have children? Beginner says, it's my understanding that not all churches can be set up as homeless shelters to sustain such large population. Our church does, and a lot other churches in the area also. They will house them at night one week per month, and they go around to different churches and someone picks them up. So during the day they're not at the church, but then they come back in the evening and they are fed at the church, and they stay with their families, and they set up rooms where each family stays. That's what our church does. And I think churches would be the place for you to go to get help. Find a church to go to, and they would help you, beginner. Timmy says, plus some people aren't really wanting a homeless shelter. Beginner says, I have children, my veteran sons can't help me, and neither can my daughter and her husband. Why? Are they homeless too? The churches here won't help, and they don't have the means to help. Timmy says, CFB, there are no services to assist you. Beginner says, even men in a homeless shelter are exposed to crimes. Beginner says, my sons are homeless. Timmy says, oh, I know that. Beginner says, my sons are living with other people. Wow. Timmy, I have exhausted all the charitable contributions, and they tell me they can't help me. Sadie says, even if you have a home, it is still difficult. Vicky says there is food shelters and places that help the homeless, Salvation Army, and similar organizations usually have a list of places that helps the homeless and low-income families. Timmy says, I'm talking like government. Mumsy says most churches will help if people are going for the right reason, which is to find Jesus and spiritual help, and not just for physical help, but of course all places are different. Beginner says, Timmy, where I stay, we have a very high population of military and military veterans. Timmy says, okay. And Beginner says the Salvation Army here does not help at all. Do you want me to contact a counselor for you, Beginner? Because I've got connections and they could find help for you. If you were staying in a women's shelter, they would be enough help for you. But since you're not staying in a shelter, I could get you some help through a counselor. You can go talk to social services, a social worker. They would know how to get connections for you. Timmy says, I wish I knew where you were located, CFB. And CFB says the Salvation Army told me they can only help a few people. And she says, I could not even get in a women's shelter. Why not? I have talked to social services and the state legal aid, and they are no help at all. I am so sorry, Beginner. I know of a few places, that's why I asked about location. Beginner says the women's shelter said they need money and they don't have. Room. Sadie says, I get $14.62 and I pay $10.90 for rent. That leaves me $372 to buy everything I need for a month. Wow. Sadie, wow. And that's Canadian money. So it's even less, not even worth as much as the American dollar. Women's shelter will help women and men with kids first before adults. Sadie says even on disability, things are not great. Yep. Mumsy says, praying Sadie, that's not easy. No. Timmy says, yes, and I know, Sadie, I'm on disability. Yep. Praying Timmy, says Mumsy. Wow. Beginner says, Newfie Grandma creates, this is the price of rent here where I am, is $1,500 a month for an apartment, which does not include utilities. They add on additions fees. Wow. But man, if I won the lottery like $1 million, there are I can't read that word. Help first. Sadie says, my daughter pays for my internet. If she didn't, I wouldn't have it. Wow. People I'd help. People I'd help first. Mumsy says, Timmy, I often dream of what I would do with a large amount of money and who I would help first. Sadie says, sometimes she sends me money for food. Wow. Beginner says, Newfie Grandma creates, I have no furniture, no to furnish the apartment. I've been told to rent furniture. If prices keep going up, why would I buy anything when I am priced out of housing? Sadie says, I don't like to talk anymore, ask anyone for help, so I try to make do. Darcia says, see y'all later in the YouTube streets. Take care, Darcia. Have a great evening. I will be on live tomorrow morning at 6:30. If you can all add me there. Too bad you aren't in this area. You can find free furniture from people who no longer need it. Yeah. I will be on at 6:30 tomorrow morning for the devotional and Bible study. If you can be there, or devotional and prayer. And we haven't done our trivia questions today because it's Thanksgiving. But hopefully we can tomorrow. Timmy says, okay. Darcia, God bless, take care, be safe, hugs. Sadie says, I do what I can to help others. Wonderful, Sadie. Mumsy says, CFB, do you have Facebook? Timmy says, me too, Sadie. And Kathleen says, I plan on being there. All right, Kathleen. Demetra says, hi again. I had a couple of calls. Okay. Welcome back. Timmy says, okay, Demetra. All right. I think I'm going to head out because I have to get some of the rest of this cleaned up. Empty the dishwasher, put my clothes away. I like to give away knitted or crocheted items to help. That's wonderful, Sadie. Vicky says I'm needing to go also, so I will see you all later. I hope you all have a safe and warm night. You too. Beginner says, living for Jesus, I don't have Facebook. Demetra says, hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. Thank you. You too. Mumsy says, the reason I ask is that you can often find buy nothing, sell nothing groups or freebie groups local to your area. Maybe they could help. Timmy says, oh, I see. Okay, Michelle, God bless. Take care. Be safe, y'all. Hugs. Beginner says, when times were better, I used to crochet for the homeless. But now that I am homeless, I understand how much crochet for homeless does not help homeless at all. All right, well, I'm going to head out now. I hope you all have a great evening. I will talk to you all later. Take care, everyone. Sadie says, thank you, Michelle. I thank God for all I do have. That is wonderful, Sadie. That's how it should be. Timmy says amen. And Mumsy says happy Thanksgiving and good night. Hugs. Good night, everyone. God bless you all. We'll talk to you in the morning. Bye for now.